My name is Kim Leffew. My son is Lake, and he just recently turned 2 in June, and he has been at Siskin Children's Institute since December of 2010. He was 18 months old when we started, and our experience at the Institute has really just been fabulous because we have seen significant improvement with his developmental delays. Lake has trisomy 12p. He has the partial form, and that is a chromosomal disorder. Very much, well, not very much, but similar to Down syndrome. And sometimes when people ask me, wow, what is that? That's kind of how we relate it. It's a chromosomal disorder, but yet very different also. And since we've been there at the Institute, we have seen improvements with his feeding. We've seen improvements with his movement. That's been the biggest thing, is it being with peers, both typical and non-typically developing children. It's really motivated Lake to move. He's become much more vocal. He makes a lot more sounds and noises than he used to, and we've seen just significant improvement with that. And really, the Institute has been a blessing for us because Lake's our miracle baby, and he was, we didn't expect to have a child, and so then when we did have a child, I experienced infertility for 10 years, and so we waited and waited, and we thought that we were just going to be, Todd and me, the two of us. And then I got pregnant, had a great pregnancy, and then the bomb hit. And we were told by the doctors that they suspected that something wasn't right when Lake was born. And so we went through testing and stuff like that, and then that is when we got our diagnosis of trisomy 12p. There can be significant delays. There can be developmental delays. There can be hearing issues, vision issues. There can be gastrointestinal, heart, lungs, and all that. But fortunately, we sit on the healthy side of that. And medically, Lake is just fine as what Lake can be in those terms. And so for us, we are really looking to improve development, speaking, walking, moving to the best of what he can do. And at the Institute with the therapists, they've really helped us with that because we have an occupational therapist, we have a feeding therapist, we have a physical therapist, the teachers, the teaching assistants at the Institute, and just the people that work there within the walls. They want to be there. And that's what's very important for both Todd and me, is that we have placed our son at an institution where all they want to do is to see him thrive. And Chattanooga is very fortunate to have a place like that because not all cities or towns or even areas, regions, have a place like Siskin. And so having the Institute in town, being able to go, and then seeing the improvements that we have seen with our own child, I can't imagine what it could do for any child, regardless of their special needs or just their needs. And we are on a disorder side of the program, and so we do receive all these therapies. But one of the things for us, and myself being in education, it's been very important for me to have the typical children there, for Lake to be a part of the classroom, because that's what everybody thinks normal is that you're supposed to be running and playing and talking and crawling and walking and doing all those things. And when you're not doing that, you're it's kind of sad. So we're watching other children, he's learning from his peers, and then we're moving forward. We're seeing things happen. And then, I've talked to people and they say, wow, I didn't really know that was down there. And so I encourage them to go to Siskin Institute and visit. I mean, they will open the doors. They will let you come in. And the biggest thing is the community support. We have to have funding. Everybody thinks that these things just happen, and it doesn't. It takes a lot to make the Institute operate to the level of necessity that the children need.